Hello, I am a white guy on the internet, Lars, and this is my podcast alongside Doplex. And while we are happy to put this podcast on YouTube because we heard that that's what you want, it is a labor of love. It doesn't really help us in terms of listen counts or acquiring new sponsors. There is one way that you can return the favor today, and that's to subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe, like, share, comment, hit the bell if you want to get the notifications every time a new podcast comes out. You can always change your mind later. That's gonna do it for this PSA. Let's get on with the episode.
Yeah, that's the good stuff, man. Fan fiction songs to erotic hedgehog love stories. That's what the internet's all about, baby. Welcome to the first podcast. It's the only podcast show on the internet, so thankfully they've invited me to be a guest. I don't know why, I'm just a guy who makes videos about Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm the only guy who makes videos about Sonic the Hedgehog, actually, so I guess it makes sense they would invite me.
Yeah. You know, it's really useful, to be honest, like, Doplex, if you think about it, every other content platform like YouTube and Twitch and I guess, I don't know, they have to compete with each other. But as podcasters, we don't have to compete with anyone. Like, we're just it, you know? We're the only podcast ever.
The only one.
It was just so smart of you guys to put a patent out there for the idea of audio files of just dudes talking about stuff. I mean, What a concept. I mean, what an invention.
Yeah, when has that ever been done on the internet before?
You know, it's a real brain scratcher is women talking on the internet. Am I right?
That'd be a separate genre. I don't think you could call that a podcast. That'd be like a girl cast or some other sort of sub-genre, I believe it's called.
Yeah, that's true.
Funny stuff here.
All right, we're opening the show with misogyny.
All right, great. Okay. But just in case, let's move it on to something a little less cancel-y.
Okay.
Okay, so
that was all a joke, by the way. I love women.
It's been 3 minutes yet. God.
Yeah, you can't just say that shit.
I know, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna scare the advertisers away.
2015 now, you can't do that anymore, man.
We'll talk about this afterwards.
Cybershell.
That's my name. Don't wear it out. Actually, it's not really my name.
First of all, weird name, by the way. But
I know.
Second of all, who the hell are you? What do you do?
Well,
how'd you get in my house?
It all started back in 2001 when I made the terrible decision to sign up for GameFAQs, and I used the name Cybershell 13 because that's just a cool sounding name, dude. And 13, I wasn't even 13 yet. That's the sad part. I was 11 when I came up with that name, so I was faking it back then. And after years of concerted effort, I was finally able to drop the 13, and now I just go by Cybershell. So what do? I make videos about Sonic the Hedgehog, and that's it. No, actually, recently I've started making videos about other video games, like, well, I'm sure there are other games besides Sonic, but, you know what they are, and I've made videos about them.
I mean, I'll believe it when I see it, but, yeah, so,
quick aside, I actually like the name Cybershell. It sounds cool. It's pretty f***ing cool.
Well, I don't know how many other people are saddled with a username they picked 19 years ago and haven't been able to shake since. So for one that old, it's not that bad, honestly.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it sounds like something from like The Matrix. It'd be like, activate the Cybershell. I don't know. It's like very kind of 90s tech punk kind of.
I like to Google search my name every now and then because I'm incredibly vain, and there are like multiple like tech companies that have like tried to use the name Cybershell. I have to assume they like stop when they realize I'm poisoning all the Google search results for them.
Can you imagine like a company that sells like dedicated wham? They they name themselves Cybershell, and somebody Googles it and they just find nothing but videos about top 10 Sonics.
It's a bunch of Sonic stuff, a bunch of guys saying bad words about Sonic. I'm like, this sounds like I'm making it up. There's like just some like tech startup thing that just tried to use the name because I like saw they posted something on Twitter. I was like, oof, sorry. I almost want to like apologize, but if I like say anything about it publicly, I'm just going to draw more attention to it. So Whoops, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but whatever, who cares?
Oopsie daisy.
It's their fault. I had the name first, god damn it, so it's mine. I own it. Maybe I should
own
like
that.
trademark this or something before someone else does.
Oh, I'm doing that right now. I'm on the.
You snooze, you lose. Fucker. Okay,
sorry.
Damn it.
So also your real name is apparently Andrew. What's up with that, bud?
I know, it's a really embarrassing name. People in the 90s used to give their kids really stupid ass names like Andrew.
Did you come up with that
Michael.
when you were 15 for game facts?
Yeah, I came up with this username, Andrew. I know it's like crazy. You probably never heard this before.
Oh, dude, you know what would be like okay, so I'm imagining a society now where teenagers like get to pick their own, like they're not named until they're a teenager and then they get to pick them. They would probably come up with like the cringiest fucking shit. Like, just imagine your 13-year-old self got to come up with your first name.
Yeah, if I got like a tattoo as a 13-year-old, it would have been pretty much like Power Rangers full face tattoo on, and just like, I don't know. I would have loved to get some cool ass like dumbass shit like tattooed as a kid, because like your interests change so rapidly that you're embarrassed of the shit you were like into like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Like, except for me, I've never been embarrassed by anything in my entire life, especially not Sonic the Hedgehog.
I'd probably be something really stupid like Cloud Strife 007 or something. Like, I'm so glad that my parents named me instead of myself.
I like the idea that kids they're not even allowed to have names until you turn like 13. You just have to, you're like no name. Everyone is just called default. You're just default name.
Default.
Or just call everyone Plop until they're 13 or something.
You just have to pick something like that. Some insane, weird sounding name like Plop or John.
Wacky names like John. Yeah,
John.
Really mind ticklers. Yeah, I gotcha. So this is a very interesting situation because, well, I mean, there's kind of a litany of things going on here. And one of them is that you have a sordid past on the internet where you'll kind of like, you'll make some stuff and you'll get people's expectations up that they're going to be experiencing regular content and everything, and then whoops, you're gone for 9 years, except haha, no it wasn't, only 3 years, except I'm gone again, ha ha ha. And then, oh, I'm gonna do daily videos a month ago and then completely stop after doing a weird surrealist last take, and then people think you're alive, or maybe that you're dead, or maybe that you quit YouTube, or that, you know, you're in some ditch in Atlantic City. They're not sure what's going on.
I gotta tell you, all of the above is absolutely true. Couldn't be closer to the truth, frankly. You see, have you ever heard of like an incubus or a succubus? I'm like that, like a demon, but just that feeds on disappointment from people who like my videos. So I just do everything I can. I do make quality content. I make great videos, but only so I can seriously disappoint my fan base by failing to deliver them on a consistent and timely fashion.
Okay. Joking aside, I can see that. And I think that actually brings up an interesting question, which is that you seem to care more about quality than quantity or consistent release schedule. And that's not necessarily a bad thing per se. Like, the memes and jokes aside about it, that is a legitimate content release strategy, I would say.
Right. Yeah. My update schedule is sort of unique, I guess you could say. It's just funny because, like, so for the longest time, I didn't even like have any conceptualization of YouTube as its own thing. Like, I had a YouTube channel and I posted videos there, but I didn't post them for YouTube. I didn't post them for my subscribers. I didn't give a shit about them like at all. I didn't even have any mental I didn't pay attention to that number. I just made the videos as like a tertiary backup host so I could post them on other sites.
Just to rudely interrupt you, I just want to clarify 100%. You don't give a shit about your followers, your fans, you're saying?
2009 era Cybershell, yes. I couldn't have possibly cared less about my YouTube subscribers. I was using YouTube just as a place to dump videos. And the idea of making content for YouTube didn't even really cross my mind until like, I don't know, 2015. And I started making some dumb videos that I didn't actually post anywhere else. So I thought people who are still subscribed to me for some reason might get a kick out of it. So eventually I made a promise at the end of my Sonic 2 Let's Play, because that's what I originally started off as. I just made my YouTube channel so I could post Let's Play videos for something awful. And I didn't even like posting them on YouTube. YouTube was the worst place to post videos back in the day. I hated it. I posted my videos to Vidler. I posted my videos to GameV. Neither of those sites fucking exist anymore. And I knew that at the time. Everyone at the time was like, back on something off, there was this huge like post. I was like, here's all the video hosts you can use, and they have pros and cons. And right at the bottom of the post, there's YouTube with this huge list of cons and one tiny sentence. under pros, which is it's YouTube, so it'll be around forever. And that just stuck with me. So I was like, maybe YouTube is a good backup host, even though the quality is shit. There's a 10-minute time limit. It sucks. I hate it. And it's the worst community on the internet. But it survived, and it grew, and it changed. And somehow people just found and liked that Let's Play I made. And I got up to like almost, I can't remember. It was like around 10,000 subs, a little under that, I think. And yeah, so I was like, I guess I have all these subs on YouTube. I might as well make some videos, because at the end of my Sonic 2 Let's Play, I promised a bonus video with just like beta content and all this bullshit. And then I never did it. I just didn't do it. I didn't do it for 9 years. And then people were leaving me comments, like monthly comments. Like, we get comments all the time. Like, where's that Sonic 2 bonus video? And I'm like, guys, it's been 9 years. It's not fucking happening. But then I always thought, what'd be really funny is if I actually did the Sonic 2 bonus video. So I did. And people seemed to like it. So then I just kept making Sonic videos. And then I was like, I don't know. This is taking a lot of time. I should get paid for this. I'm opening a Patreon. It was actually... I found the entire concept of like getting paid to make YouTube videos so like insane and strange that it took me years to wrap my head around this. Here's a fun story that one of my earliest videos on my channel is Super Mario World Donate, and it's me making fun of the idea of like donating to a video like streamer or video content creator. This was in 2008. Some guy on Something Awful made a thread, a Let's Play thread, just a normal Let's Play thread. I can't remember what the game was, but he's like, at the very end of his post, he has a little PayPal link. He's like, hey, if you like my content, you could consider donating to me. And needless to say, we ran him off the fucking forums. That guy never made another post in that subforum again. We made fun of him so hard. We destroyed him. We mocked him mercilessly. And I made a whole video.
And he grew up to be Jeff Bezos.
He grew up to be PewDiePie, a quadrillionaire, and I'm living in a dumpster. So who's the real idiot, me or him?
By the way, I just wanted to talk about one of your older videos before we got off that subject. And I'm going to go ahead and play it here because technically you don't need video to appreciate it. This is some of your finest work from the past, I think.
I'm already embarrassed.
Before this is over, I'll show you the true power of chaos control!
Oh yeah, this one. This was a great video.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
So basically I thought, I like the music in Sonic 2. I like all the songs in Sonic 2. So what if I just play them all at the same time? Yep, and it sounds like this. And that was that's probably where I peaked on YouTube, was this video.
Alright. Thank you for that lovely analysis.
Instant migraine inducer. It's actually a medical video I created for John Hopkins.
It's funny, for me, it was super quiet. It was like almost a hiss.
It was blasting for me, so I was instantly yelling to like counterbalance it, even though I realized, they can just change my volume levels in post.
Well, I don't know, like that was kind of, for reference, just in case anyone couldn't hear Andrew on that, like that was just every Sonic 2 song playing at once. And I feel like that was kind of the time for that kind of stuff. Like,
yeah, just a shit post, like a weird, shitty shit post. There have always been great shit posts on YouTube.
Yeah. But there's like a special era back then, man. Like you can shit post.
I never got involved in actually making YouTube poops, but like I always loved that community and respected them so much, especially since back in the day, doing that was like playing with fire. You're like asking to get your channel banned for like copyright and all this bullshit.
But it's really interesting because like it was very early, like stylistic suck on the internet. Like it was so
stylistic
interesting
suck.
Yeah,
right. It's funny because I overcompensated so hard in my early Let's Plays by over-editing the shit out of them. People back then really responded to that. I'm not going to pretend like those old Let's Plays like hold up and that they're still super epic and fun to watch. I mean, if you like them, great, thank you. But like, it's really painful for me to watch those. But like, if you compare it to other Let's Plays coming out at that time, yeah, I'd say it's better than those mostly.
Yeah, I think most Let's Plays from that era are probably completely unwatchable. So I get that. Like, it's just there's so much
TV.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much of that.
And, yeah.
Dude, Dark Side Phil got away with filming TV for years. Like, years and years. Like, if you're like a little kid and you start off filming your TV because you don't even know what a capture card is, like, I'm not going to hate you over that. But I don't know. God bless Phil. He's still doing his thing. He's going to keep streaming and getting money from those pay piggies until the nukes drop.
He dies.
I think maybe it was just kind of one of those things where the idea of a Let's Play is so novel to people. And like, you know, as more and more people grow into being teenagers and stuff, they start to discover it. And now it's so commonplace
It's
that
so
it's
old hat,
like,
dude. I can't even. I almost forgot to even mention it. Like, why was I even on the Let's Play Stuff forum in 2008 and 2007? Because there was this incredible new invention of a guy playing a video game and talking over it. Can you even imagine something that crazy? And it was such a wild. It was like the Wild West of just like you never knew if you're gonna get like the greatest fucking LP you've ever seen in your life, like Jurassic Park Trespasser by Research Indicates, or just some hot dog shit, some absolute unwatchable tripe. But even the dog shit was fun to make fun of, and like, you know, Something Awful has always been the king of just gatekeeping and like shitting on people who aren't as cool as you. So like, yeah, we would look at the stuff we made and then look at this shit on YouTube and be like, oh my god, have you seen this shit on YouTube? So yeah, for years my entire mental conception of YouTube was just dog shit city.
Oh, it still is that.
Oh yeah, now I finally realized I was correct the whole time, especially now that I'm back.
what's interesting is I feel like the concept of a Let's Play today is just like, I hear like, oh, I'm doing a Let's Play channel. I'm like, okay, guy.
Dude, are there people who do Let's Plays in 2020? Like, no offense, I love you if you are. I know there's still some absolute madmen, absolute gods like Raucow. Yeah, I was gonna say, who's doing a Let's Play on YouTube in like pre-recorded video? Just stream. What the fuck are you doing? Just stream it. Just stream it. Everyone wants to watch streamers now.
Well, because like the most common thing, which people like Pay Money Wubby and Small Ant do, which both are great creators, come on the show, please. The thing that they do now is they'll stream on Twitch, but they'll have a guy who
like a edited down second drama type channel.
Comes through the footage, add some little like visual gags and stuff.
That I get. I can absolutely understand that. Although I'm too lazy to do that kind of shit. But yeah, if you like have a guy who does that for you, then yeah, absolutely. That's like the best of both worlds situation. Yeah. Yeah, you can stream, do your stream, and then you can edit. I think
Duplex is trying to get hired here.
Maybe, okay, here's the thing. I'm going to start streaming again.
I do that for 100 Thieves.
Oh, yeah, right. I was just hearing about that. That's pretty dope, actually. And yeah, like, good video editors are a hot commodity. It's always great to have a good video editor. I would know because I'm not a good video editor. I always trick people because, like, back in the day, people are like, holy shit, this guy uses After Effects in his Let's Plays? And I was just sitting there, like, copying Video Copilot tutorials 1-to-1, like the exact same thing he was doing, and posting it. But, like, oh, change the color tint to blue. And people were like, holy shit, have you seen these fucking particle effects? I was like, dude, I'm a god. I don't know what to say. I'm a god at making videos. No, I mean, I told people I was using Video Copilot. I wasn't, like, trying to pretend I was some great editor. But people were just amazed that you were willing to put in even that much work. Back then you could do anything. People had the lowest standards. It was awesome.
It's funny because I feel like it's still kind of that. Like, even if, I mean, it kind of depends on like what your base knowledge of editing is. Like, if you're just an average viewer on the internet. But like, even if you do some pretty basic editing, it's weird because I feel like the bar is still so low that people will go to like some other guy's channel who has like 10 million subscribers, be like, oh, dude, this is so cool. You put text on the screen that said LOL. Holy shit. So it's like if they go to anybody else's
channel. A little bit of editing goes a long way. You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah, I feel like it really hasn't changed that much as far as, really now the videos just look better.
Also, another thing that hasn't changed is copying tutorials 1-to-1. Like that's, yeah, even Doplex knows this for sure. Like even if you're an experienced editor, you'll have some presets and stuff, but you're still always Googling things like, how do I do this? Like
to this day, I'm like constantly like I always, every time I open up Premiere and I'm not doing like the most basic shit, there's at least one Google search. How do I do this incredibly basic thing that like it should be intuitive, but I'm not going to try and like figure out how Adobe works. Someone just tell me how it works, please. Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of like, that's a more efficient way to learn it too. Like it's not like, it's like it's the problem where they taught you wrong in school, which is like, oh, you're not going to have a calculator with you all the time. Yes, you are. And you're going to have the internet to look up. And
exactly.
And I think that too much retention of knowledge is less useful than knowing how to rent that knowledge from time to time.
Right. No, dude, I have like the worst like mental bandwidth. I can barely like keep 2 plates spinning. I couldn't juggle 2 balls, but yeah, if you just like, I know how to find information. I know how to use Google, which is like, it sounds like, who doesn't know how to use Google in 2020? Most people, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, actually, I don't have a point here. Never mind. Okay.
I have a song.
So, oh, great.
Nice segue song.
Thank you.
Do you have something prepared for the segue though, Duplex?
Yeah. I have some Sonic fan fictions that I'm going to read to you in the form of song.
Please don't read my old fan fictions, please.
I don't really know what makes him so dang dreamy. With the way he treats me and others sometimes, I don't know why the heck I even want him. But I do. The ebony hedgehog stole my heart the minute I met him. I don't think it feels the same way. Then Sonic and Shadow fuck.
That's not supposed to happen. What the fuck? I was specifically told by Sega that Sonic was not gay and he did not have gay sex with Shadow after all of those letters I wrote them.
Well, it says right here, I was just reading a Sonic manual, an instruction manual. It says where they described him as the ebony hedgehog, which I thought was weird.
Probably talking about Shadow then.
Yeah. Shadow and his enormous hedgecock.
Yeah, that's the good stuff, man. Fan fiction, songs, to erotic hedgehog love stories. That's what the internet's all about, baby.
That's true. And actually, I do have a question that maybe you can offer some insight on. Why did people make Sonic weird?
Why do people make Sonic weird? Boy, what a concept.
Right?
I don't want to pass the buck completely, but Super Eyepatch Wolf does have a pretty good video about just how weird the state of the Sonic fandom has gotten.
Yeah. If we wanted to watch him, we would. Like, give us your answer, please.
My take. All right, my take.
Give us the cliff notes on why the Sonic fandom is weird.
Well, Sonic, the fandom, has always sort of been weird. Like, so Mario, he's got his games, right? There's the games. They're good.
It's my game.
But that's it. Sonic has always been multimedia juggernaut. You got the comics. You got the TV shows. Plural. I'm talking 5 fucking TV shows I can think of off the top of my head. Plus, like, the Japanese OVA. It's a lot of stuff, and there's a lot of lore to get out there. There's a lot of story, depending on the thing. And
right.
So surely you know about Your Name the Hedgehog. You can Google Your Name the Hedgehog. You'll get a thing. But it's
that's pretty cool.
Why? Why is there Your Name the Hedgehog? Well, because it's fun to make a little Sonic OC. Right. That's you. It's just easy. It's incredibly easy to do. They've got that simplistic character design. I mean, it's like, I don't know. It's the same reason My Little Pony fandom got so weird. They got these incredibly simplistic, like, easy to understand personalities, colorful, bright designs. What more do you want if you have autism and you're an adult and you're trying to get into a franchise for children? I don't know.
That's true. I feel like Sonic the Hedgehog is kind of like the My Little Pony for boys.
Yeah.
Although
I think My Little Pony is the My Little Pony for boys.
Yeah, I realized that once I said that sentence.
That's why they call them boynies, I believe.
Oh, there's the doplexism of the episode for you.
Yeah. What I was gonna say, like, because I grew up with Sonic. Like Sonic Adventure 2 is like one of my favorite games of all times.
Right. Dope ass game.
It's amazing. It's fantastic.
Doplex game.
Yeah, okay, sorry, I was going to lean into this, but I kind of forgot. But yeah, there was a dark period in the franchise where there were no good games coming out. So fans really had to step up to create the content. There is a ungodly amount of fan content out there. And you know what? There's an insane amount of hyper cringe, lame Sonic shit, but there's a bunch of hyper cringe, lame everything in every fandom. There's the good shit. If you just gotta look at the good shit, the shit that rises to the top, and that stuff is really good in the Sonic fandom.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take your word for it.
Oh, trust me. Like the Sonic Mania is basically a game by the Sonic fandom, and it was a dope as fuck game.
Sonic Mania is a game that I am so glad was made.
Right, yeah. It's like the game I was like, if I had a fucking, monkey's paw, I would have been like, give me the real Sonic 4, and it would have made Sonic Mania, but then like the negative consequence was, Sonic Forces and all that other shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Sonic Mania is like the monkey's paw wish without the downside. It's like everything I want in a Sonic game, and like stuff that I didn't even know I wanted, and a fantastic soundtrack.
It's so good, dude. T. Lopes is a god. He's just a god at making music. I don't even know how he does it. He's just so good. I mean, I think the original Sonic games, like I love Sonic just has great music in general, but those classic games, those earworms have been bouncing around my brain for like 3 decades. I don't know. For some reason, I was just like, I don't know if Sonic Mania is going to be able to live up to those tracks, but it did. It surpassed them, even, I would say.
A good example of that was the track for Stardust Speedway Zone 2, I think, which is a really specific reference, but it kind of like, it blends all the different Stardust Speedway stuff and still manages
Stardust Speedway, it was so beautiful.
really
I didn't mean to cut you off. I just get so excited talking about Sonic music.
Okay.
Yeah, the Act 1 has that beautiful, like, ambient, like, past feel, and then, like, they really kicked it in overdrive with that great rendition of 2, and then it sort of carries over into the Metal Sonic boss fight with, like, a third different kind of rendition. Yeah, it's great. The music in that game is so good.
Yeah.
See, for me, like, I think that's the main reason why I liked Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 so much. I guess I can't really speak to, like, the music for, like, the older games, but Hunted P, Aquatic Mine.
The raps, of course. Dude,
those are
even
shit.
the adventure games, they really capture the mood of the stages you're in, and I don't even know how to explain it. I'm really not a music guy. I don't know anything about music or audio or anything at all for that matter, but I know what I like, and I like the music from Sonic games.
What about the music from Crash Bandicoot?
No, terrible. It's absolutely atrocious. I hate it.
Why is that?
I'm just
Well, you
kidding.
said
I have nothing against
you don't
Crash.
know nothing about music. Then how do you know bad music?
Fuck.
Ooh.
He got me.
Got you there.
Lads, he got me.
Speaking of
DaftPina
music.
got you.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to leave now because he got me.
That's all right. I'll
That's okay.
play you out with the song. we already played that one.
I like that one. I like that a lot.
Thank you.
All right.
I hear him walking away.
Thanks for crashing the episode, buddy.
Crashing it just to make me look like a fool.
You saying I Crash Bandicooted the episode?
God damn it. He got me again.
It's right there. We keep getting, you gotta leave again. You gotta leave again.
I have to come back now.
Okay, so the reason why I organized this little crash, by the way, is because DaftPina actually recommended Cybershell directly as a guest.
Yes. I was like, go on.
Indeed, he did so. I was going to be a horrible guest on purpose just to make him look bad.
Well, I'll tell the story. I'll tell my side, then I'll tell your side, right? So it's in a call with Cyber. He's in this podcast you're listening to. If you want to check him out, he's at Cybershell YouTube. But I was in a call with him, and I was like, hey, I was on a podcast recently, but there's this other podcast you should check out. And he was like, I don't care. All right, your turn for the story.
Yeah, I'm not a podcast guy, to be honest, so I haven't listened to like a ton of podcasts. The idea of listening to
Well, you
something
are
that's
now.
like over an hour long, how do you guys do it? I can barely keep my brain going for like 3 minutes at a time.
You're experiencing it right now. That's
Yeah.
the fun
Yeah.
part.
The fun part is being on the podcast.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what's cool about podcasts, though, Cybershell, is there's this awesome thing where it's like you press the pause button if you have had enough, and you can always come back to it later.
I don't understand this concept
Yeah,
you're trying
you
to
don't
tell
actually-
me right now.
I know it's weird,
What are you saying? There's a pause button?
Yeah, you don't actually have to listen to the entire episode all
I
at
thought
once.
you had to
It's-
start over from the beginning every time. That's why it's so hard to get through.
Oh, they were talking about recording. Like, we can all just pause and just stop talking for like 15 minutes.
I mean, we could, but we're not gonna. But
we could just stop talking and let the audience talk to us.
We
Oh.
listen to like 10 minutes. You take a break. You're like, whew, that's enough podcast for one day.
Come
Yeah.
back the next day.
I listen to my podcast in 2-minute chunks, so I'm currently working through that episode you sent me. I'll be done in a few weeks
Joe
from now, and then
Rogan
I'll get back to you.
experience.
Someone in the chat, by the way, said you guys don't get your podcast on cassette. I think it'd be kind of cool to release like one episode of the show on there. Could it fit
Well,
an episode? Like,
Yeah,
is
Put
that
it on
enough?
vinyl. That'd be dope, man.
I would
Yeah.
love analog sound
Yeah,
for podcast.
cool.
24-bit audio. Great
I can
stuff.
send you the masters of my my keyboard songs.
I would never listen to a podcast if it wasn't in FLAC format. I mean, I gotta hear
I
every
wanna hear the
single
lip smacks.
detail of their voice and their throat. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Can we start the first ever 4D podcast, like Shrek 4D? So like
Oh.
when one of us clears our throats, it like tickles the listener's ankles or something.
Ooh.
Dude, I have Shrek 4D on DVD next to me, but when they released Shrek 4D on DVD, they had to get rid of one of the Ds. So now it's just Shrek 3D.
What if you don't have the glasses? Now it's Shrek 40 in 2D.
Oh.
Yeah, what if you don't have the little chair that sprays water on you every time Donkey sneezes? Wait, not Donkey. Video game Donkey is not in that movie.
Yeah. Well,
Came with a bunch of 3D glasses, and I love that red-blue 3D effect. I just like to walk around wearing those red-blue 3D glasses, and people are like, "Doesn't that like give you a bad headache?" I'm like, "Yes, of course. I have a migraine
like the guy
all the time."
In
It's
Back
a
to the
fashion
Future,
statement.
it was the 50s guy who wore those. You remember that?
Oh
See,
yeah,
it used to be cool, and I'm bringing it back. That's how I'm actually cool, because it's an old style that I'm stealing.
You should do the slightly newer one. Remember when Sony tried to do 3D for TVs?
Oh, right, just the 3D TV glasses that are just like gonna make everything look blurry or dark.
Yeah. It's weird because 3D glasses now are just black. They're not even like red and blue anymore. They just look like sunglasses, which
They're
is
not
fucking
aesthetic
boring.
anymore. They're lame.
It's like an interesting visual thing. I'll miss that from theaters, IMAX and everything.
Yeah,
I just miss theaters in general.
Theaters can leave, but if it's just for 3D, it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah.
By the
I'd
way,
rather experience at home.
I want to live in a planetarium.
Daft, I'm going to let you go in a minute, but I'd like some advice on something. And I'd like advice from all three of you. Okay. So there's this situation that where there's
Don't do it. Just walk away from it.
So anyway, there's this situation where there's this Taco Bell by my house, kind of close. It's like the closest one, and so I'll go there from time to time, to do my audits and stuff, and just to get food. But
Your audits, like taxes.
Go there and do your taxes at Taco Bell.
yeah.
It's that guy again doing his taxes in the middle of October.
Lars has one of those like fucking green visors.
Yeah.
His sleeves rolled up and suspenders.
A nice typewriter.
Dude, in your tax return, you give like a bunch of like fire sauces.
But okay, so like every time I go there, and this has been for like 5 years now, there's a guy, and
I hate them. I hate it when guys are there.
I hate it when men exist.
I believe he's called the cashier, and you have to talk to him.
I'm gonna give a description of this person, and the reason I'm gonna use certain terms is just to give you a visual. It's not really
Okay.
important. I just want to give you a vivid image.
Sure.
So it's this absolute bear of a black guy who's dressed in
Whoa.
Yeah, I'm just giving you a picture. Wait, are you saying like me describing a black person is bad? Do you not like black people,
why-
Duplex?
Why does he have to be black?
You don't... Wait, what'd you say, Doplex?
I don't see why you have to specify that he was a bear. I don't know
Yeah,
why,
I don't know
how
why
his
you had to point
sexuality
that
is
out.
relevant to this conversation.
No,
Could
but
have said
okay, so
there was a man, a big man.
A big man.
yeah, but then you wouldn't have the description in your head. You wouldn't be able to picture this.
That's actually
Okay,
enough for
but
me.
the-
Big man. I see. Big man.
Yeah.
Does the color of his skin change the outcome of the story?
How do you see his skin under the fur?
Right.
Oh, maybe it was an actual black bear.
Yeah. No, that would be a lot more concerning.
Anyway, go on with your racist story.
Fuck you, dude. Okay. So, I mean, technically, that part of it doesn't really matter. It is a very large, intimidating man. I'll put it that way.
Okay, that's better.
Like,
Sure.
Like probably like 350 pounds. Probably like 250 of that is muscle. Like just
Was he
a
hot?
beast. You can go find out. Go to the location on Bleep and Bleep. There.
Oh, I know that one.
There's and he's okay, so he's dressed from head to toe in warm weather clothing. I'm
Sure.
sorry, cold weather clothing. Like
Well,
a
you want to be
thick
warm,
coat.
so it would be warm weather clothing
Yeah,
for the cold.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, this is taking a very long time to tell a 30-second story. Okay. So he's always out there, and on top of the cold weather clothing, he's wrapped almost head to toe in plastic as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Doesn't want to get it dirty.
saran wrap? What kind of plastic?
Saran wrap, plastic bags, all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
You put that plastic shit on your furniture. It's just like that with your clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, yeah.
That's snazzy.
And he just stands out there for like hours on end, because like I'll see him when I'm just in the complex, like if I'm getting Starbucks or I'm getting gas or something, and yeah, he's just always there, and he's been there like for 5 years, and I'm wondering like, should I do anything
guarantee-
about this?
Do you
So
think
wait,
he...
let me just try and summarize this story really quick. So your story is that there is a black bear standing outside Taco Bell for 5 years. That's
Covered
the story.
in plastic.
Covered in plastic.
Have you seen him leave
Are you
the
sure it's
spot?
not like a statue?
Wait, I'm yeah. Wait, but I'm confused as to what the problem is. Is he interrupting your taxes?
Oh no! I'm not saying there's a problem at all. I just like I feel bad for the guy. Like
Oh,
he's
Why?
being-
He's at
what-
Taco Bell. He's getting delicious tacos every
No,
single
he's
time
not.
you see him.
No,
There's nothing to
no,
feel
he's-
bad
no.
about.
He just stands in front of there?
He's clearly a homeless man. Like, he's not
Is
going
he
in to get
clearly, or is he
food.
just standing still?
he's
Yes,
not getting-
very clearly.
The tacos.
Does he have a sign?
And
that says,
you've
"I'm a
never
homeless
once given
man"?
him one of your tacos.
Here's a
Am I
big
doing understand?
brain thing you haven't thought about. Maybe he's trying to hide from his wife, disguised. Like, he retired, but he hasn't told his wife he's retired yet. So he just pretends to be a homeless man from Taco Bell just to get some time to himself. Have you ever thought
Yeah,
of
but
that?
he's been doing it for 5
Every
years.
day he's telling his
feel
wife
like,
he just goes to work and he's at the Taco Bell.
Well,
Maybe
you
he works
assume
there.
That sounds
he stayed
reasonable.
there. You assume he stayed there.
yeah, but I mean, I feel like Mrs. Black Bear would catch on after 5 years at some point. Like, oh, is that you, honey?
Well, maybe
I'm
she doesn't
thinking
like Taco
outside
Bell
the
because
bun,
she's
bitch.
allergic to something there.
He's just trying to live Moss. Leave him alone.
I mean,
Well, any way
like,
possible.
memes aside, like, should I do anything about this? Like, what?
Yeah, you should give him some tacos.
Yeah.
He clearly wants tacos
No.
if he's at Taco Bell every day.
Let him
Okay,
move in.
Put out for him a drink or something to get a conversation going.
Like,
You can do that.
I feel like that'd be treating him like an animal, like putting something out for him to scurry over and grab.
You just walk up to him and say, "Hey, how's it going?" Because in my city, right, the homeless people different from the grifters and whatnots. The homeless people are nice. They're like, "Hey, can you get some food?" People who don't want food just want money, right?
Mm.
When you offer them some food, they'd be like, "I get out of here." So if this man's homeless, he might want some food, little conversation. He's got some words of wisdom in front of Taco Bell. Maybe he knows the secret sauce.
Oh.
Interesting stuff.
See
Yeah.
if he has a square eater. I've seen homeless people with
It
square
could be the
eaters.
store mascot too. You should ask one of the employees if he's
They get rid of
affiliated with
the,
Taco
He's
Bell.
Chihuahua.
employed by Taco Bell.
Made a homeless man.
Maybe he's the E CEO.
I think it's well known that Taco Bell hires crisis actors to pose as homeless people to keep the other homeless people away from Taco Bell.
Oh.
Oh,
It could
Okay.
be it.
Think about it. They picked the most intimidating, large bear man like
Yeah.
Banjo.
A bear man pig.
You should be his Kazooie.
like fly away with them, or what do you mean?
You should collab with him to fight an evil witch.
I like the idea of a Taco Bell crisis actor.
Well, think of
very
this way.
We know they're employed by Taco Bell. We know Taco Bell has done all sorts of shady things.
They have to clean that
Like
toilet
getting rid of the
so many
potatoes. What the
times.
fuck was
I
that
know,
about?
those fuckers in the Mexican pizza.
No respect. No respect
Sick
for
of
their
this
consumers.
shit.
So mad at that. Ooh. Oh, there he is. There he is. He's blowing his whistle.
Okay,
I was going to do a song about Taco Bell crisis actors, but I couldn't find
Yeah.
the right setting.
Another song about Taco Bell crisis actors.
Another
Very
one,
original.
always in the
Oh.
podcast.
okay.
Out of
so
100 that there are.
okay, so but like I feel bad for the guy because like he's
And just-
clearly homeless.
So
And
what was
like,
the question?
you,
Something
you
about
say,
the
you
music
say
in Sonic
clearly,
Mania?
but we don't know yet. Maybe
yes,
he's just
yes,
hanging.
okay, guys, you guys are being obtuse on purpose. Like I'm being serious. Like I feel bad for the guy.
Well, I gave you an
What do I
option. I
do?
said, give him
I
things
told you,
of
give him
food.
tacos. I
Talk
wasn't
to him.
joking. I wasn't being obtuse. Give him tacos.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
Find
just give him some
Okay.
food.
All right.
Just tell him,
Sit
tell him
down
you
and
like his
talk with him.
eyes, ask him out on a date, and sing
No.
him this song.
And then he says, have you heard this? And he hands you a cassette tape with the first podcast. He's like, I've been trying to listen to it for 5 years.
Finally.
In 2-minute increments.
Thank you, son.
All right. What do you do
Give me
if
a
you go up
kiss.
to him and you try and give him the tacos, but he doesn't want the tacos, and then you ask him, okay, what is it that you want? And he goes, I want all the Chaos Emeralds. What do you do in that situation?
Find a new Taco
Because
Bell.
you can't give him the Chaos Emeralds. I mean, that just goes.
Yeah, they're
without saying.
yours. You got
Right.
them fair and square.
Yeah.
He's going to use the chaos control and then sodomize you in the Taco Bell parking lot.
Oh, jeez. I don't want to think about this anymore.
Another song about getting sodomized in the Taco
That's
Bell
why
parking
Shadow
lot.
King
Yeah,
has them.
that's just
Fucking
what I
original
needed.
Duplex. All right.
This one's
So-
called. Hold on, I have a song. All right. This one's called Lars and the Homeless Man. Lars goes to Taco Bell. He meets a homeless man. He uses chaos control to get in his nether regions. Lars spreads wide open.
All right, went ahead and serving me to Doplex. Thanks a lot for that, bud.
Are we really going to let him get away with plagiarizing the main theme from Sonic Adventure 2 Battle?
Exactly. By the way, Daft, thank you very much for crashing the episode. I just want to give you a chance to bust in on your friend Andrew. Always a treat to hear from you.
To bust in on my friend. What kind of podcast is this?
Could you please rephrase that?
No,
No.
the way you phrased it is perfect.
To get on
I
down
stand
and
with
jump
what I
on
said.
This is
in.
unbelievable. I'm talking to my agent. I'm hiring an agent just so I could talk to one about this conversation.
That's power right there, just to have one conversation, then just fire him.
Yeah, then I get to do the power move by firing him.
But anyway, I'll
It'll be
leave you to the podcast. Thanks for having me on briefly. Have a good day,
Thank you,
everyone.
Daft Pina.
Goodbye.
Hi, Daft.
Bye.
Again, it's his fault. If you hate this episode, don't hate me. Just hate DaftPina. It's all his fault.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I think the question is, what's
So you're outside the Taco Bell, right?
yeah. Now, what's next though? Like, because it's pushing like a month now at this point, and it passed a month now, and you were doing daily content, really kind of dick teasing them there for a little while, and
Right. I mean, okay, yeah. I guess I'll just lay out because I didn't really realize how confusing this was until I got a lot of comments about it. So, yes, I'm continuing to make videos. I will be posting another video on my channel soon. I know there was a sort of a season finale energy to it because it was marking the end of the daily uploads. But I mean, when I said I would allow you to donate to my Patreon, I would not allow you to donate to my Patreon if I wasn't going to make any more content. I mean, I have been posting content all the time on my terrible second channel and on Twitter. So if you're like, if there are people, I still get daily comments like, is this guy dead? Is he dead again? Is the guy dead again?
Yes,
no, not
he
dead
is.
again. And you'll see, once I post my next video, I think people will get it, that I'm not dead yet. And the next video is going to be the Sonic 3 bonus video. So I can finally stop hearing people ask about it. That's right.
yeah, it's probably for the best, man. Like, yeah, it's a good strategy. I agree.
I can't remember. I might have promised to do the Sonic 3 bonus video 12 years ago, but I also might have not promised to do it, because even then I knew I hadn't done the Sonic 2 bonus video, and I was like, oh, I better do that before I make any more promises that I'm not going to keep.
I just got banished to the Shadow Realm. I'm back. What did I miss?
Oh,
We were at the Taco Bell, right? Outside the Taco Bell.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there
The
was
homeless
this guy,
man.
and he wanted the Chaos Emeralds or something. I can't remember. I think Daft was trying to tell us this story about Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Anyways, we were talking about my channel or something completely unimportant.
Are
So at the
you-
Taco Bell, right? Oh, wait, what?
Are you gonna get back to regular content at this point, or what are you
Well, hold
gonna
on.
do,
Yes,
man?
I am
Hold
going to
on.
get back.
Let's back it up. Let's back it up.
Okay. Add the Taco Bell.
Super Swim Team 7 in the chat asks, was it a combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell? I think this is important.
I'm at the Pizza Hut. I'm at the Taco Bell. I'm at the combination Pizza Hut and Taco Bell.
Wait, who's he
I
asking?
think this is a question to you, about the Taco Bell. Is it a combination, or is it just a regular Taco Bell?
It used to be.
Used to be a combination?
It's a former combination Taco Bell. That's rare. That's
that is rare.
Did they break up? What happened?
I don't know, man. They restructured.
We got to get to the bottom of this. Guys, if you're in chat, can you please find the location of this Taco Bell former Pizza Hut and then DM all the managers and ask about why it's not a Pizza Hut anymore?
And ask them what the homeless guy's problem is.
Ask him what's the deal with the guy outside who looks like a bear.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay, so to answer the question, yes, I am going to talk. No, I am making daily. Excuse me. I was making the daily content, and I think people got that I wasn't going to do that forever, right? Like, I don't really think I got anyone's hopes up that I was really going to do that forever. But I will go back to making regular content, asterisk, because I don't know what regular means exactly. I would love to be like at least one video a month, but I'm probably going to fuck up and not have a video out in October. But I will have a video out in early November. Maybe I'll have 2 videos out in November to sort of make up for it. But I'm sort of have a good situation going on where I had 3 years of pent up shitpost energy just making me insane. And now I'm finally getting to release that all over my Twitter timeline and my second channel. So that's a nice, fun, creative outlet I can use to make just the dumb shit that I want while I make the actual good videos people like to see.
why did you initially just disappear? By the way, I don't feel like I ever got to the bottom of that.
Yeah, you mean which time? In 2009 or 2017? Because in 2017, yes, I did basically just disappear without, posting anything, which I freely admit was a pretty jacked up move. And if you're a content creator, don't do that kind of thing.
Why?
And it means the most coming from me, the guy who did it twice.
Mm-hmm.
Again, the first time I already explained I never really cared about my YouTube channel back then. I was treating it like just a shit place to dump my videos on. But yeah.
But why the second time?
The second time, I briefly touched on this in my last video, but I sort of kept it vague, and I'm going to keep it vague here. But, like, I went through some personal stuff where I just, like, really, you know, I had lost, like, a close family friend. You know, point is, I was just not funny at all for, like, a month. But I was like, you know, that's fine. I can just not be funny for a month, and I'll just recover, and I'll be better next month. And then a couple more months went by, and I was still just depressed and a disgusting sad sack all the time. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to start writing scripts, and then I'll produce a bunch of videos, and then I'll come back with a bunch of videos at once. Because this was a technique I learned all the way back in 2008 in my Sonic Let's Play. Because even back then, I was continuing to disappoint people by failing to keep a consistent schedule. But even after being gone for like 3 weeks, all I did was make a couple videos, and boom, you post them all at once. Oh, everybody suddenly forgives you. You know why? Because people are stupid. That's right, you stupid idiot. You shouldn't have fucking forgiven me. You should not have fucking forgiven me for what I did. What's wrong with you? I wouldn't forgive someone if they did that to me.
All right. By the way, this is what you're describing right now, actually. Aside from the comic villain abuse here, is the Netflix strategy, which is to dump a bunch of content at once in between the breaks to film it and stuff. And it actually, joking aside, is a legitimate strategy.
Yeah, people like it, you know? People like that, to have to binge. It's a binge age, man.
Yeah. A lot of what you do is, like, caked in irony, but it is actually, like, strategically viable when it comes to publishing and stuff. Like, it makes sense.
Yeah, you know, I would have just dumped all those videos, like, all at once, but, like, I think if anyone saw 10 videos in their subfeed and, like, real, like, length videos, one of them's over an hour long, that's a little bit much. So I just did the daily thing. I was actually under the impression that YouTube, like, no longer really strongly pushed daily shit anymore, and that wasn't, like, the best way to go about things. So I didn't really think doing it daily was going to be this epic way to game the YouTube algorithm and become the coolest guy. But it actually kind of worked pretty well. Yeah, I think YouTube liked it. They liked that a lot of people were clicking on my videos and being like, what's this? This guy's back? So yeah, they pushed him pretty hard, and I did all right for myself.
But what I have found personally, this is just my experience as I will, you know, like, as a busy adult who also likes to consume YouTube, is that if someone's uploading daily, that can be cool for a little bit. But then there'll be a situation where I miss a video, and then, oops, I missed another one, and then I'll just completely get lost.
It's so easy to get out of the habit, and then once you're off the bandwagon, it's way harder to get back on, and then it's like, in my videos, like, I mean, I don't have that many videos, especially if you don't count my Let's Play videos, which I hope people aren't going back and watching, but, like, you can go back and watch my old videos. I'm still pretty much proud of them. I'm a little embarrassed of some of the shit I did in 2017. I was like, I swore so much, but people always like, you swear so much. You're the guy who swears. I'm like, I don't swear that much. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, you fucking idiot. What the fuck is your problem? Like, I don't, like, think about it. I don't, like, mentally go, okay, time to insert the word fuck into this sentence. That would be so epic and gamer of me if I just said fuck all the time. I just did it without thinking because I just swore a lot because it's fun. I don't know. So I've been going out of my way to take swears out of my scripts and swear less. I still swear a lot. You probably wouldn't even notice because I'm still swearing all the time, but it's not, like, as disgustingly overused because people are correct. If you swear all the time, then when you actually need to swear, it's like the boy who cried wolf. They're not going to care if you say fuck when you really mean it, you know?
So you're saying you've gone from, like, this guy must have a disease, he swears so much, to this guy just swears a lot.
Pretty much, yeah. It basically, you know, everyone on YouTube, not everyone, I guess. In fact, I shouldn't say that everyone, but, like, a lot of people on YouTube swear, and it's no big deal, and nobody ever talks about it, but for some reason people made such a big deal out of it when I was doing it all the time, so I was like, well, maybe I should reevaluate my behaviors. I'm never going to not swear, even though, you know, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but I swear like a sailor, like, all the time. And for some reason, YouTube just, they take a blind eye. They don't really seem to want to demonetize my videos unless I really am talking about, like, you know, sexual conduct, which I typically don't do that. It doesn't need to come up in Sonic's video.
Yeah, I'm gonna
How
say,
much does Sonic come?
Yeah, I don't want to hear sexual Sonic content.
Today's video is about Sonic the Hedgehog's dick.
Yeah. Oh.
What's up, gamers? Today we're gonna be talking about Amy Rose's tits.
Welcome to Shadow the Hedgehog Dick Analysis.
All right. Like and subscribe.
I already want to cancel this episode. Fuck.
Too much talk of Shadow the Hedgehog's penis on multiple occasions? Too bad. Should have thought of that before he had me on.
So, are you, I mean, like, what, it's, people see your channel, they're like, oh, he does Sonic. What else do you play?
Right. I've been trying to branch out. I have a very wide taste in video games, and it's funny. I thought I was branching out like so epic gamer style, and then I looked at the videos I made, and they're like a bunch of N64 games and a PS1 game. I'm just showing that I'm a fucking boomer and that I like all these older games. I mean, I do like new games and stuff too, but yeah, I like games. I don't really know what to say. Like, there's almost no game I wouldn't cover if I could think I could make a good video on it. I just, would need to have a good idea for a video. And yeah, so if people were curious, like I still plan on covering Sonic stuff just because I have so many Sonic thoughts bouncing around my brain all the time. But like, it would be nice to be able to do like, I don't know, 40% Sonic, 60% other stuff. I don't know. Maybe we'll see how people respond to it. I never want to like not ever make another Sonic video. I'm never going to quit the Sonic community. Guys, I didn't want to have to make this video, but I'm quitting the Sonic community, guys. No, it's not going to be like that. But I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to branch out. I didn't think... I thought about this so hard while I was gone, because like, if I just come back with Sonic content, I mean, that's great, but I really didn't have like this epic amount of backlog of videos I had to make about Sonic. I had a few, like this SADX video that had been sitting like on my mind, and scripts on my laptop for like decades. Feels like decades. It was just 3 years, I guess. But yeah, I forgot what I was saying. Something about balancing my content.
I think I can pick something out of this to talk about like some serious content creation stuff here for a second, which is that when you have an absence of some sort, especially when your content that occurred before your absence is of a very long period of time, like if you've had several years to move beyond that kind of stuff, that people do expect some sort of it's really hard to describe it, like kind of like a self-aware evolution from it.
It's funny you say that, because I was actually just thinking in my mind, like, people are just going to want the old content. They're just going to want the old content. But you're actually right. It actually was the perfect time to decide to branch out and do something a little different. I mean, do a full 180, do completely different content. People will always be a little sus of that. But I mean, I was doing it. I tried to ease people in. I specifically laid out the schedule. So it's a Sonic video, sort of a Sonic video, and I had a whole bunch of not Sonic videos, and then right at the end, boom, I hit you with a couple Sonic videos, semi-Sonic videos. Even the videos that weren't about Sonic, I managed to get them in there.
Yeah, and I want to give a counterexample, by the way, of someone who I think kind of didn't realize that, and it just didn't really work for him, which is Grade A Under A. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him.
I was just thinking about this fucking guy, yeah. You know, it's funny, if he just stuck to his little niche and was a little storytime boy, he could have been the king of storytime, but no, he had to go out and be a drama guy, but he was he was no Keemstar, let's put it that way.
And the weird thing is, like, so Grade A was very popular for his kind of shitty anti-content on YouTube back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, he was very, very popular. I don't know if people realize he was insanely popular back in the day.
I was subscribed at the time. I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
And then he took a long break, and instead of taking that time to consider the content he was making and maybe elevate it a little bit, maybe make it mean something a little bit more than just what it was in the past, which was, I would say, fairly basic, if entertaining. And then he chose to come back a year ago with Political Correctness Manual 2019, things you can't say. Like, gosh darn it, we're not allowed to say anything on the internet anymore. And it was just like the worst possible return you could make.
What a hot take. What an epic moment. That's exactly the kind of content people were starving for.
Exactly.
I mean, I think to his credit, I mean, I guess I understand what he's going for, right? It's just like the fact that like the landscape has changed since he was popular on YouTube compared to now. Because you're talking about like...
Right.
Because I think I remember what video you're talking about. But would you rather have him not made that video and just carried on not being PC? Is that like kind of your mindset? I'm just curious.
Who are you asking?
You.
I don't know. I feel like you're like the what you're saying there is probably accurate about like the take was so outdated, I guess, at that point. Like it's something that 2015,
Right. He was just making content like he did not like analyze the new state of YouTube. He's like, I'm just going to pick up right where I left off. And for some people, I think that could work, but I don't know. Yeah, not him. The commentary community has changed so much in the past 5 fucking years. It's like, what the hell? You can't just come on and do like standard grade A under A videos and expect to blow up again. I don't know.
Yeah.
To be clear, by the way, he is coasting still. Like he gets.
Yeah, he's got millions of subs, so his videos should at least be getting a good amount of views. I'm not even watching. I'm not even saying he's bad now. I'm sure he made some whatever stuff, but it is like you have to be aware of your audience in like a specific way. And then when I came back, I had 10 videos and I planned this out. And I feel like when you come back, a lot of times the first video would be the one that addresses your absence or has an apology. And I thought it'd be funnier to not do that and then put my last video. So for 9 days, people are like, when the fuck is this fucking guy gonna mention that he was gone for 3 years? And I got to the point where a lot of people are like, it actually might be funny if he never addresses it. And part of me is like, fuck, that would be kind of funny. But I'd already made that last video, right? I feel like it's good to have a nice heart-to-heart with your audience, especially, in a situation, where you've done something wrong. But it's like, God, nobody wants an apology video. Have you ever been like your favorite YouTuber made a mistake and then you like an apology video pops into yourself and you're like, yes, can't wait to watch this apology video. No, nobody cares about that shit. They just want the content. So it's like, I'll just give them what they want, which is the content,
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't disagree. I think that I want to give like credit also where it's like, I don't blame people in this is going to sound wanky, but a capitalist society for finding kind of like a dumb thing to do, like in grade situation where he's kind of like got this he still have as the edge for people who never really grew out of it. And like you said, he still has got his millions of subs and everything. So playing that game, I don't want to consume that content, but I totally don't blame anyone for wanting to continue to monetize that way. Like I totally get why you would still be kind of the lame old grade A today. Like I don't want to criticize people for that too much. I just think it's an interesting example of how I wouldn't come back specifically.
Right. No, I totally get it. Yeah. I mean, it would have been epic if he came back as like totally rebrand and he's gonna hire animators to do it, but like that kind of goes against his appeal. Like a part of his appeal was like that his videos were shitty, So it's like I don't even know how do you evolve from that and move on when your appeal is your videos are shitty MS Paint thingies,
Yeah, but you know what though? It almost would have been like hilarious if he came back with like a super edited, like masterpiece 18 editors, like flashy thing.
Yeah, see, I agree. That would have been fucking funny. Like, I agree with you absolutely 100%. But like, I can see why he wouldn't do that. I mean, like, I don't know if is he even capable of like, coming back and completely reinventing himself? Like, no, maybe he's not. So maybe he's just smart enough to know. I'll just do what I can do and get some money that way. And yeah, I agree with you. I don't really begrudge anyone for just wanting to, play the YouTube game and win.
Yeah, I mean, look what happened to Leafy. Leafy came back, tried to do his whole shtick, and then he's gone.
Yeah, Leafy had, whether you like Leafy or not, it's pretty clear that YouTube didn't like him, and they weren't gonna let him come back.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we say that with the obvious caveat that he could have just toned it down.
Oh, yeah, he could have neutered himself and shit.
Yeah.
You're right. I guess, honestly, I don't know. But yeah, there's like, who's going to watch a fucking neutered Leafy? Like, why?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Hey,
neutered,
what's
yes.
up?
You're right. I say that.
Friends,
There would be an audience for that.
Today's video, we're going to be freaking watching Teletubbies.
It's just him doing like CSGO surfing, but with no weapons.
I'd love to watch him bully the Teletubbies. That'd be awesome.
I don't know. I feel like maybe an older Calvin, like being a little bit more mature, might like he could still be kind of caustic, but not such an asshole. It might have worked. I don't know.
I don't really know Leafy enough to like say what he's thinking, but yeah, I don't know. It feels like he's kind of self-aware.
Well, he's here right now. Did you not just hear that? That was him.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I can't believe I'm talking to the Doplex, who's also Leafy.
It's me. Freaking Leafy.
Thank you for coming back, Leafy.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Somebody needs to own H3H3.
So, I'm kind of curious if there's a couple questions. This is gonna be like a kind of a multi-layered subject here, and I'd like to include Doplex a little bit in this too, because I know I've just been mostly asking you questions, having you discuss them, and Doplex being like, I want to talk too, and I feel bad, like he's not getting much of a chance. So I'll try to include him in this as well.
My ears.
Wait, Doplex is allowed to talk? I thought he was just here to play the piano.
Yeah, that's pretty much my role here. I'm just the musician. What's that guy's name on David Letterman?
Exactly.
The bald guy. The bald guy.
Exactly.
I don't
That's
watch
the point.
TV.
What's his name? Yeah.
Yeah.
David Letterman.
David
Okay.
Letterman
I don't
too.
watch fucking late night shows where I look like 50-year-old boomer.
Yes. Very much so.
Could be.
But that's okay.
Fuck.
Let's get into the question here, because
Okay.
at this point in the episode, people want some more meat. I would say we'll get to the Nutella shake afterwards. I don't know what. I don't know. I might have gotten lost in my own metaphor. Okay, so number one, this is a simple question. Did you still consume YouTube during your break?
Oh yeah, I would watch YouTube videos. I was off my accounts. Like I wasn't on Steam, I wasn't on Twitter or doing any of that bullshit. But I would watch YouTube videos during my. What am I going to not watch YouTube at all for 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
Who can do that? Superhero? Not me.
So a couple more questions based on that. Number one is, did watching kind of the transition over those few years, because those were very important transitional years in YouTube history, did that influence kind of what you're doing now? And number two, would you have any observations from that transitional period that you would recommend people take note of when it comes to putting out content in 2020?
Right. Okay. So yeah, I was paying attention to YouTube. I'm not like an expert on it or anything. I'm not going to proclaim that I'm an all-knowing algorithm god, but I try to pay attention to the trends. I try to pay attention to the ecosystem. And more importantly, I try to follow YouTubers who actually are better at this than me. And, Emp Lemon has a lot of great videos just on the current state of YouTube and how fucked it is and the copyright system, all that shit. And it has changed. People want different kind of content, they're not, I don't know. I feel like it is a good time to make take your time and make some high quality scripted content. There's a really good, people want that and they want to be able to binge your old content too. So if you're too focused on getting videos out constantly, you're not going to make a good back catalog,
Yeah.
So, specific advice for new content creators. I guess this is a little cliche, but you really need to either, if you're going to figure out who you're making videos for. First of all, this is cringe as fuck, but you have to make videos you would want to see. I make my videos because I would want to see them. I wanted to watch an hour-long Chow video. I looked for it. It didn't exist for a bunch of little Chow videos, so I had to make it,
Preach, man. That's why I made this podcast, is because it's the podcast I wanted to see.
About
I
Chow.
totally agree.
Exactly, yeah.
Because if we're going to pivot to a Chow podcast, I'm all for it.
Exactly. I don't know what it is. It's just you have to be able to it's not that you have to make the greatest content that anyone has ever seen, but you have to make the kind of thing that would appeal to you. You have to know who it's for. I'm going to be honest. I don't have any advice to a 100 sub channel because I fell ass backwards into YouTube success. Like I already explained, I uploaded my Let's Play and I didn't think about it for a decade. And then over that time, I accumulated almost 10,000. It wasn't quite 10,000. And getting your first 10,000 subs is probably the hardest part for 99.9% of YouTubers. So
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. I can only tell you what I did. And what I did was I wanted to watch a really good Sonic Let's Play. And I'm not throwing shade at Trintragula because nobody even knows who he is. But he had a Sonic Let's Play. He was the only one who did a Sonic Let's Play on the Something Awful forums. And I just wanted to watch one that was more fancy, more edited, more whatever the crap I was doing, you know what I mean? So now I've just sort of taken that philosophy. I'm trying to make my content, I don't think the stuff I'm making in 2017, the stuff I'm making in 2020 is really that different because it's mostly just deep dive, analytic. I feel hesitant to call myself analytical because I'm not even really doing that much deep analysis. But even if all you're doing is bullshit like me, reading off Chow Island or the cutting room floor, you have to find a way to make it interesting. Why would anyone want to watch your video when they should be reading something directly from the primary source? And the real reason most people don't watch your video is because they're fucking lazy. But you have to still give them something to chew on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you.
So in conclusion, don't start a YouTube channel. Do not start a YouTube channel. Don't do it. Bad idea.
I think that's the takeaway there.
Do you have any recommendations for that first 10,000?
No. Fuck you. You're on your own.
You're not wrong. That's not the worst.
I'll
answer
be
you can
honest,
give.
guys. You're on your own. That first 10,000 is gonna be the hardest part. The first
It took me 4 years.
I don't know. You have to have a bunch of friends. You have to have a little community of friends, your Discord server. They can share your videos to get your first double-digit views, and then you start breaking into the triple-digit views, which is exciting because then it's you're getting strangers, you're getting people who might had never even heard of you before clicking on your video, and then you have to transition into whenever it's true, it's absolutely true. When I make a video, I want to make it for I don't just make it for my subscribers. I want to make it something my subscribers, people who like my content, would like. But I also almost every video, I really try to think what if I've never seen my channel before? What if this was the first thing? And I think about that from the thumbnail. I think about it from the title of the video, from the first 30 seconds. If you've got a bunch of dumb in jokes in the first 30 seconds that people aren't going to get, they're going to click off. And I don't know, it's just weird stuff like that, you know? Like, branding is important. Like, it's important that people think of you. Like, you don't want to be completely disposable. Like, you can make some great content, like the history of so-and-so streamer, but if nobody cares about you, they only clicked on the video to see the streamer's history or whatever, you know, they're not going to, like, stick around, you know what I mean? So you have to inject your personality into it, but it can't be like the you show. Nobody's going to click a video with your face in the thumbnail if they don't know who the fuck you are, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It really is tricky, man. Like, there's no magic bullet here. Like, especially in those early years. Like, there's just, I mean, there are ways to game it and stuff, but I wouldn't feel creatively satisfied gaming it. So I don't know.
Right. You have to like prioritize, like, because like if you just care about subs, you could like subscribe for a giveaway, blah blah blah. You can do all this bullshit. You can get a pretty good sub count without really making that much good content. But like, it's stupid. But you have to do both. You have to make the good content. You have to, like, that really is the most important part. It's stupid to say like, oh, what's the trick to being good on YouTube? I know, to make the good videos, but there's so much more than that. There's so much more. Like, you can make the greatest shit on YouTube, but if you don't like market it right and nobody's gonna watch it, then it doesn't matter. It's like a tree falls in the woods and nobody hears it. That's not to say that you shouldn't make good videos and they're all gonna immediately blow up if they're good. Like, you have to, it's to grind, man. You have to make the content for a long time to show you can do it before anyone's gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna subscribe to this guy. Like, I mean, I'd sub to a channel if it had a really good video with and that's only one video on the entire channel, but I'd be more likely to sub if I could like watch a good video and then go check out a couple of their other videos and be like, oh yeah, this is pretty good. I'll subscribe, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about the catalog.
There's one element that I know people don't like to talk about here, but it's just so inherently true, and it's in the back of everyone's head. It's the elephant in the room, and it's the truth that
Being hot.
sure, that actually does help a lot, but
Definitely.
yeah, if you're a hot babe,
If you're a hot girl,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a hot dude, probably even at this stage, I just, you know, you can get clicks. I actually went out of my way to put my face in my videos this time, not because, just because I wanted to prove that I wasn't as fat as my avatar. I got a really fat avatar.
I'm not fat, guys, I swear.
And I didn't want people thinking, I can't subscribe to this guy if he's fat. This doesn't make any sense. He's a Sonic YouTuber, but he's fat. He doesn't run. So, but no, I had to make sure guys know I'm not fat.
Well, you heard it here first,
think-
folks.
what I was
Well-
going to say, though, is it's the lottery.
Oh yeah, okay. Nobody wants to hear that. You're absolutely, it's luck. You gotta get lucky. I mean, like I said, I fell ass backwards in success because I got lucky. You gotta get lucky. Luck is a huge part of everything. Like, success is like talent plus luck, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but it's true. And there's going to be, I feel like for every one content creator that gets even 10,000 subs, there's probably like 99 other content creators who are just as good, probably have just as slick of editing, and they're just not in the right place at the right time.
That's it, baby. Right place at the right time. It's all like, dude, Grade A Andre made videos, and then he forgot that he had a YouTube channel. And then some fucking Redditor, some fucking guy, just posted one of his videos, our videos, and it blew up, and all of a sudden, he was the guy. If that guy never found his video and never posted it, he'd just be some chuckle fuck, you know? Everyone gets lucky for their big break to some degree. Even the people who put in the work and work consistently and slowly build their shit over time, there's some luck involved in that. I don't know what it is, but I'm telling you it's there.
100%.
Yeah. Doplex, do you have any thoughts on any of this?
I have a Sonic fan fiction I pulled up.
Oh, lovely.
Please stop reading my fan fiction.
Do you want me to read it? Or actually, because, okay, so typically we like to have segments on this show, right? But I figured for this segment, we could just have you read some Sonic fan fictions. I don't know how comfortable you are with that. They're pretty gross.
Pretty gross fan fictions, huh?
Yeah.
You know, actually, I can't believe I get to tell this story. My first video that actually, it's not the first video I ever posted online. The oldest video of mine you will ever be able to find that still exists is me reading a scatological Mario fan fiction because I just thought it was the funniest thing ever. And it was like,
Scatological?
it was absolutely vile. Like, but like, I don't even think pee poo poo jokes are just inherently funny, but this was like, it was insane. It was like the Aristocrats because it was just nonstop onslaught of just madness. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to read this. And then I sort of made that video and I forgot about it. And then, a couple of years later, I entered a TF2 server and I heard my own disgusting scat fan fiction voiced by me. Or I didn't write it, by the way. I just read it from, so yeah. I heard it being blasted. It became a popular mic spam meme it's a mildly popular, because I heard it a few times. It couldn't have been It couldn't have been that unpopular. So yeah, I'll read disgusting fan fiction. It's how I got my start. It's how I got my foot into this industry.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate the.
Oh yeah, if you want to search for that video, I think the opening line is, "One day Mario woke up and decided to take a shit because, hey, he's Mario." You can find the rest with that sentence fragment.
I think I might leave that link blue, but if people want to go find that,
I'm definitely gonna go look that up after this. Well, here's the snippet. If you want to read that, and Lars, this is just for the editing bay. Once you're cutting this audio, if you can put some nice, somber, relaxing music behind this. And Andrew, if you don't want to read this, I can totally read it.
Oh, I'll read it, baby. I don't care.
Dang.
The thing is, I'm bad at reading things. Like, I mean, in school, this happened all the time. Like, hey, read that paragraph. And I would, like, stumble over my words and stutter a bunch. Whenever I read a line for my video, I, like, have to read the paragraph, like, 7 times and, like, be, like, saying it in my head to get the cadence right. So I was going to come off a little stilted, but I'll still read it.
That's okay.
So, you ready?
Yeah.
After a long fight that day, the two had decided to calm things down at a bar. They agreed to go, but had way too many drinks than they should had. And since the smaller hedgehog was the one who drank less, knowing he was a lightweight, he had seen how drunk the other was. Getting, and took him to a room, that being the worst mistake the hero had ever done before. As soon as the hero put his rival in the bed, he was quickly pinned down and roughly kissed. Sonny's ears perked up and gasped as an intense pleasure ran all over his body. Fuck! Yes! Right there! The smaller one yelled loudly at the other. I'm close! Shadow groaned, at feeling a knot in his stomach after a few deep and rough thrusts into the hero's G-spot. Shit! Yes! You're so good! The Azure hedgehog moaned loudly as he came in between their stomachs. He panted heavily and moaned softly at Shadow's thrust, then gasped at the sudden pleasurable feeling as Shadow reached his climax and came deep inside him. Shadow! And that's the whole thing.
Amazing. Can we get some claps in the chat, please? Please, some claps. I think it's deserved. I should just make a whole career reading disgusting songs. You know, there's people on YouTube that all they do is they just read spooky stories. Like, hi guys, I have a really deep voice, and then I'm gonna read some spooky stories. I could just do that, but with gay Sonic fan fiction.
Yeah, that's how you get a deep voice. You put your hand over your mouth.
Hey, it's more.
Well, isn't that how they do it? How do they do it then? Somebody tell me.
Exactly. Okay.
That was fantastic. I appreciate you doing that, by the way. Thank you for
thank you.
leaving your dignity at the door.
I mean, I hated it.
Oh, yeah,
I hated it, but I think
that.
Doplex really got a kick out of that.
Yeah.
So
I loved every second of that.
Okay. So is there anything else you guys want to get to, or do you guys kind of want to wrap things up, or?
I'm down for whatever, man. I'm happy to shoot the shit. Like I said, my specialty is the opposite of whatever this is. I'm not great at live content, to be honest. That's why I haven't done as much. I'm going to get back into streaming. I'm going to start doing streaming again after I get my new computer, but I never considered myself good at live content. I was like a little hesitant at first. I was like, yeah, whatever. It's just a podcast. It's just talking. Anyone can do a podcast. Anybody can just talk.
I mean, doing it well is one thing that I would. That's not.
I'll leave that. That's you guys have to worry if it's good or not. I just have to talk.
I suck at this. That's why I have
anyone
the keyboard.
Technically, you can. I don't want to say that everyone should do a podcast. Almost no one should, I think. But you can. This is a skill you can train, man. Like this is.
It is funny, you know. There have been so many things in life where I'm like, I was like 21, and I'm like, well, I don't know how to play any musical instruments, and it's too late, so I'm never gonna try. And now I'm 30, and I'm like, fuck.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have tried 9 years ago. I might have been able to have learned one by now. That's how I feel about also every single other language. I'm like, it's too late. I didn't learn it when I was 4 years old, when my brain was still mushy, so it's impossible. I mean, it's not, but I've convinced myself that it is, so it might as well be.
Have you heard of Duolingo?
Same thing with podcasting. You can get good at that. Get good. Like I used to hate. I hate my voice. I used to hate it a lot more, especially when I was younger. It was a lot more higher pitched than it is now. It never stopped breaking and cracking all the time. It'll do that, but it used to be a lot worse. Trust me. But yeah, you know, people like hyper focus on their own faults so much. Like other people aren't going to notice that. You know, just chill out.
Yeah, it's like, okay, so I'm going to say something about another content creator, which I don't mean rudely. It's just the truth.
Okay.
There is a podcast called... there's a podcast called Sardonicast. And Sardonicast features Alex from I Hate Everything, Ralph from Ralph the Movie Maker, and Adam from Your Movie Sucks. Now, anyone who has ever listened to Adam for the first time is in for a very, very unique and very nasally sounding voice.
I was going to include an example here, but I didn't want to come across like I was teasing him. Adam, you're awesome.
And it was difficult to get used to at first. I found it kind of annoying. And then over time, I kind of got over it. And by over time, I mean in like an episode or two. And if your voice is just your voice, that's the way I'm going to put it. Like, if you think it sounds weird, and most of the reason people think their voice sounds weird is because it's not resonating in their head the same way.
Right. It always sounds weird and worse to you on mic, on recording, but like everyone else, that's all they ever hear, so it doesn't sound weird to them, you know?
Yeah, but also like, even if you do have an objectively kind of annoying sounding voice, if your stuff's good, people will move past it. Like, they'll just be like, oh, that's just his voice.
You're absolutely right. I've had that exact same thing. I can't even remember this specific example. I've had like content creators where like I click the video and I hear them talk. I'm like, oh god, I want to click off this video so bad, but I really want to hear, like, I got clickbaited into it, so I'm gonna watch it. And by the end, I'm like, yeah, that was a great video. And if it's a good video, I don't care about their voice by the end, unless it's that bad. But come on, guys, if your voice is that bad, your comments are gonna be like 90% you saying, stop, get someone else to voice their videos.
Yeah.
Really, you people, anyone out there, I guess that there's real advice I will give that I've had to fuck with around in my own head, because if you like out there and you're like, I can't make content because my voice sucks, just get over it. I'm not like bullying you, but you got to get over it, dude. It's not as bad as you think.
Yeah.
Nope.
And you shouldn't let something you can't control hinder you from doing what
you can't
want
control it, so stop obsessing over it, for God's sake.
Or
I mean, you can do voice training. It's not like you have zero control over your voice, but like you can change it a bit. But don't be like crying because your voice doesn't sound completely different from how you want it to. You know?
Yeah. I think a good example of that is Psychic Pebbles. Like, his voice is like the weirdest fucking voice I've ever heard, but it's like probably my favorite.
Welcome to the Schmucks Podcast, episode 1, called "This Gets Pulled from YouTube and John's career gets ruined in one episode, all in 5 minutes."
Yeah, it's weird, and like it's funny. I could like, if I could see a comment, be like, I hate this voice bad, but like I like it. I like that it's weird. Your weirdness and your uniqueness can, like, you know, it's endearing at a certain point. So
it makes, like, especially in the case of Psychic Pebbles, like, everything he says is so much funnier because he sounds like that. Like, I don't know, it adds to his like his character and his personality. It's
a great voice. I honestly love it.
It's so good.
It's like born to be a voice actor.
Yeah, it's the best.
I have noticed, by the way, though, that Doplex, I'm like, I know I just said all this, but I'm also like low-key jealous of the baritone timbre that you have.
Dude, I don't even get me started. I used to hang out with this guy Proteus, and he had the deepest, the coolest voice I ever heard. I can't even do an impression because my voice doesn't even go low, but god damn it. I used to be gaming with Proteus and just like seething like that motherfucker. I was like, Proteus, how do you get a voice like that? He's like, you just gotta start smoking cigarettes when you're 15 years old.
No, because it's like every episode is like, Doplex is like, hey guys, I'm here. And I'm like, hi, I'm Lars. In comparison, it's really funny.
But I feel like my voice will like change throughout the duration of the podcast. Cause like I'll be like drinking coffee and shit. So like sometimes my voice will be like really low.
Coffee
but other
and
times,
shit.
Yeah, I'm drinking a nice blended drink.
Nice nutty blend.
It's a bit nutty.
Yeah, Java and fucking turds. I feel like my voice will like sometimes get really high and also like really low. But I don't know if that's just like happening in my head or if that's actually happening. I never know. It's like one of those things, like, you know, when you're around certain people, like especially tall people, right? I don't know if this is just me, but like when you're around tall people, you feel like inferior. So your voice starts to kind of like go a few octaves up.
Oh, let's do a height check here. What's everyone's height?
I'm 6'1", so I wouldn't understand that struggle. Sorry.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
How tall are you, Lars?
I think I'm 6 foot, 6'1", something like that.
Yeah, I'm.
What was that?
I'm.
What was that? I couldn't quite.
Oh yes.
Couldn't quite make that
Sorry,
out.
I think there's some interference happening.
I think he said he's 5'4". Let's just have it on record that he's 5'4".
No,
Let's move on.
I'm 5'6". I'm 5'6". I'm a short king.
Oh, you're Charlie's height. Okay.
Yeah, short king.
Honestly, I know shorter guys don't want to hear anything from my perspective because I don't know the struggle, but like
they really don't.
If you're taller, if you're not 5'4", then I won't make fun of you. If you're under 5, if you're 5'3" and under,
oh thank God,
Get ready to get made fun of, motherfucker.
You little
Bullying
bitch.
shit out of you.
You little fucker.
You think you could just be on the internet and not be tall, you motherfucker?
You think you could just exist at that height? Why are you so small?
Andrew, by the way, before you said all that, your voice cracked, so I took that way less seriously.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I got the goofiest fucking voice. And like I said, I used to get fucking mad self-conscious about it, but you just grow up. I mean, it's just, again, I feel like I'm bullying people when I'm trying to give them advice, but just grow up. Stop being so obsessed with your own stupid voice. Like, it'll get better with time. It pretty much always will, so just relax.
Yeah.
You know?
So I'm trying to think of maybe a goofy segment to end on.
I could pull another fan fiction.
Let's do like a wacky kind of Doplex style question, I think.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I do have a nice little. I do have a question here. And we kind of already touched on this, but I would like your opinion. Between the two adventure games, Sonic Adventure 1 or 2 or 06, whichever, if you want to throw that in there. Out of those,
06.
So the question is just, which adventure game is best? Is that just the question?
Yeah.
1 or
Or is
2.
it? Okay. Oh, man, you don't even know, because I go back and forth on this one all the fucking time. Right now, I'm going to say SA2, just because it'll make LS Mark mad, because he thinks Sonic Heroes is good and thinks that Sonic Adventure 2 is bad.
Well,
but in real life, Sonic Adventure 2 is good and Sonic Heroes is bad.
Yeah.
I've actually sort of warmed up to Sonic Heroes as I've gotten older, but at the time, when I first played it, I did not care for that game at all.
I think it was just because
yeah,
so
LS
boring.
Mark, you're wrong. We'll just put that on air.
Come on, LS Mark. What are you doing with your life?
I personally, I like Sonic Heroes. I thought it was a good game, mostly because of the theme song. But, I mean, Sonic...
That's some good music. All Sonic games have great music, so you
Yeah.
can't use that as a point in
That's
one's
true.
favor, because
That
they
is
all have
true.
that, except like a few catastrophes, I will admit.
That is true.
Sonic Adventure 2 Battle has some nostalgic implications for me, especially like the skateboarding, like the first level.
Yeah.
Dude, City Escape has got to be like, even if you don't like Sonic, you have to admit City Escape is like iconic. What a great opening stage for a level. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, I mean, it's bizarre that they're like, hey, this like Sonic is like, originally he starts in Green Hill Zone, this like surreal, weird checkerboard, just like nonsense place. It's like, hey, you know where Sonic Adventure 2 should start? How about
San Francisco,
baby?
Let him fucking surf
Yeah, you know what? It
down
works.
on a
I don't even know
piece of
why.
metal.
It just does. Yeah, it's like the perfect city to be surfing on a part of a helicopter down the streets, you know?
And like, okay, I know that there are meme implications with that, with the song, but I just like the song itself. Like, I feel like it still hasn't gotten old after all this
I
time.
unironically love every Sonic song, but I especially love Escape from the City. That's just an absolute banger, just god tier. Like, I still think Live and Learn is the peak of that game.
Oh, yeah.
But
I can't listen to that song without getting chills.
Burger King
Live
foot.
and Learn still slaps so hard.
Well, because
that final fight.
Escape from the City reminds me of when I was in like 6th grade and I went over to my friend's house to play on his GameCube because we didn't have one. We had a PS2 and we would just like eat Hot Pockets, like the stereotypical gamer stuff, and just like go to battle Sonic versus Shadow. And I don't know, it's just...
Hell yeah.
Reminds me.
Dude, I have a theory that everyone in the world likes Sonic. There's just a lot of people are too embarrassed to admit it.
I think it's more a case of like what era people like, right? Because
I gotta say, I'm not gonna get the whole thing about it, but Sonic is like, Mario, even though there's people with their disagreements, the Sonic fan base is so fucking fractured in like, even within just the game community. There's a whole other thing, but even just within the games community, you got your different eras, and even within your different eras, you got people going insane arguing over which game is better than the other.
Yeah.
Part of me loves it because I love arguing about pointless shit on the internet, but it is like, I don't know, it's...
I'm going to disagree with you when it comes to everyone loves Sonic, but I will say, I think everyone loves the idea of Sonic.
Okay, see, that's what I meant to say. Not everyone loves Sonic. Not everyone's gonna sit down and love a Sonic game. I feel like if I put a gun to their head and I was able to kidnap them, I could force them, I could teach them why it's really good. And then talk about the level design. But yeah, again, not everyone's gonna play. But like, Sonic is such an iconic character design and such a like, you see him and you just get him. He's fast. He's got the head. The spikes make him look like he's running already when he's standing still. He's cool because he's blue, and blue is just a cool color. He's got them fucking Santa Claus shoes. It's dope. It's just a great character design. Yeah, and he had those soaps that could grind. He had the coolest shoes in Sonic Adventure 2.
It's awesome.
I wish soap was still in business.
I know. I think there's definitely like I feel like there's a Sonic game for everyone, right? Like, because I mean, me growing up, I had I was I never had like a Sega console, so I didn't get to really play like the old Sega games. I played like a couple of them at like friends' house and stuff, but like I was mostly like, Mario games. But once, I think it was like on the Game Boy Advance and then the GameCube, like I played a shit ton of Sonic Advance and then the Sonic Adventure games.
That was it, man, dude. For me, it was a dark time when Sega announced that the Dreamcast was, we did it, guys. We failed so hard. We're quitting the console business.
Yeah.
So that was like a big bummer. And for me, in a lot of ways, Sonic Adventure 2 really is like the last quote unquote real Sonic game where he was like a real competitor Mario and all that bullshit. So after that, they really changed like gears, and like Heroes was clearly trying to appeal more to like a younger and cross-platform audience, but like there's so many like younger Sonic fans who are like, you're young, so fuck you. You're not gonna have played the Genesis game, so I automatically hate you. But you know what? They still grew up. They played the Mega Collection on GameCube. They played the fucking adventure games on GameCube. There's a whole new generation of fans who still have like pretty much the same appreciation as me, but just they experienced it in a different way, Actually,
I'm pretty sure that was like my first experience with the old Sonic games was through that Mega Collection.
Yeah, it was a dope collection. Not to always constantly be bringing it back to Mario, but they just put out that 3D All-Stars collection, like the most bare bones shit you could even fathom. Compare that to the Mega Collection with that beautiful menu music and all those stupid covers to the comics that you, for some reason, were allowed to look at. And there was like all this bonus content. I love that bonus shit, dude. Obviously, you can tell I would be the guy who would love that, but I feel like it's fun. If you're going to make a collection, you might as well have that kind of shit,
That's how you do it, honestly. I wish more games and more franchises, like when they celebrate like the history of like this fucking thing that's been around for this long. I wish they would put that much effort like they did into the Mega Collection, because I think they released like multiple collections, right?
Right, yeah. The Mega Collection had a lot of bonus content. It was mostly just the Genesis games. So they even released the Gems collection, and they had like the Plus too. But like they had the Gems. Even that was like a great thing because like there was like Sonic the Fighters, like games like they're almost unknown to people. Like I was a huge Sonic nerd, so I knew that. I even played it at an actual arcade. But like it was just so cool of them to even release that on home consoles. Like they didn't have to do it. And like a lot of people are like, oh, it's just a collection. They're just money grubbers. But like actually feels like people who made that collection really loved the franchise and wanted to like celebrate it. What a concept.
Yeah. Totally, and that's why fucking Sonic, was it Sonic Spinball? I think it was called the pinball game.
You're right, yeah. That was one of the ones on there, which is like, it's not the best Sonic game, but fuck it, just throw it on the collection. Why not?
I love that shit. I love that shit because it was on the collection. Man.
Exactly, yeah. It exposed a lot of people to games they probably would never have like bothered with otherwise.
Yeah.
Sonic Spinball also had this track in it. I'll go ahead and play this real quick.
You're gonna play the options song? I think the song is a banger. If you're trying to play this, just throw shade on it. Yeah! This song is awesome.
Yeah.
You know the reason this song is so bad? Because it's mixed incorrectly. You can find a version that actually sounds better. Not like great, it's the same song, but it doesn't hit your ears so hard. Search Sonic Spinball options mixed properly. I can't remember what it's called.
By the way, I think I'm going to leave that pretty poorly mixed where it's like it's hard to hear you over the song.
Go for it. Please do. I want people to have to hear it, like listen back to it like 8 times. Like, what did he say? What was that last thing he said?
All right. So, okay.
Wait, I have one more thing I need to say about the Sonic Adventure games.
Okay.
Sorry. Just because it's been burning me up inside and I need it. I want 1 and 2 on the Switch. That's all I want.
Dude, it feels like it's like such a no-brainer. Like, why isn't there a good 3D Sonic collection? I feel like the rumors are currently that they're going to do a 3D collection, but it's going to be like Unleashed Colors and Generations, like a boost collection. But like, I think, it would make perfect sense. People are like, oh, there's going to be an Adventure Remake. They're not going to do an Adventure Remake. If they did,
of course not.
They would fuck it up big time. But I think a collection... Yeah. I mean, I don't really trust Sega to re-release Sonic Adventure because they keep fucking it up over and over again. But I mean, the fans have done it good. If they can just get in touch with their fans, which Sega, believe it or not, is one of the only companies that like sort of good at that, to like getting their good fans to come work for them. Not sending them fucking lawsuits like Nintendo does. So yeah, maybe they can do a good Sonic Adventure collection. Even throw Heroes on there. I don't care. That'd be awesome. Fuck it.
That'd be amazing. I wanted to just get that out there. So hopefully we can kind of will it into existence, sort of manifest it.
Nintendo is like, and Sega, they're like, I don't think we're going to do a Sonic Adventure collection. They listen to this podcast. What? Wait, what?
People want this?
Okay, let's get this collection in the works, motherfuckers.
Well, by the way...
I agree with you, though. I would love to see that collection.
Oh, that's all I want in life.
kind
Go
of
ahead, Lars. Sorry.
want to wrap things up, by the way, just pointing out that it's weird to think that Sega is kind of an abbreviation for service games. I don't know.
Yeah, so many weird Japanese like things are just weird smushed words.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Japanese is the greatest language ever. Except for all the kanji. What a stupid writing system. I hate it.
Yeah. Ramaji works. I don't know. So, Cybershell, if people wanted to find your stuff, if they wanted to find all this interestingly edited Sonic Plus stuff, where can they go check that out?
People wanted to find where you lived.
If you want to find my content, you're on your own. Fuck you. You can find it if you want it. Just Google search Cybershell. It'll be like the first result. It's not hard.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
If you want a real pitch, just follow me on YouTube if you want my main shit, Cybershell 13. God, I hate that the 13 is still on there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you can just search Cybershell. It'll be the top result. I got a bunch of fun shit posts on my second channel, and if you like that, I'm also making fun shit posts on my Twitter, @Cybershell. No 13, just the good stuff, just the good one. And
14.
Just Twitter. And I guess I'm on patreon.com/Cybershell. If you like my stuff and you hate your own money and you like getting scammed by the master scam artist himself, me, then you can give me money on Patreon.
Sounds good.
There you go. Cool.
Well, thank you guys for having me on, and thank you for DaftPina for getting me on this podcast, which it's funny because I had never heard of this podcast, and you guys have never heard of me. And Daft was like, wouldn't it be great if this guy was on? I was like, okay, sure. And you know what? It was a lot of fun. I'm really glad that I was on.
It's a match made in heaven. Well, we honestly do appreciate you coming on. I mean, obviously, you're making your grandiose return to the internet. So, it's definitely appreciated that you spend some of your return time here with us to talk about fan fictions.
Well, I appreciate it very much. And, I'm not even like the biggest channel, but maybe I will be. Maybe you got me right before I'm about to really explode in popularity.
Oh.
So maybe this will be like, in retrospect, it'll be like, oh yeah, that was such a great get. Whereas now people are like, who the fuck is this Sonic guy? But we know what?
Well,
I hope you check out my stuff and like it.
Or maybe it was like a couple months. Maybe there was like a couple months too early to have you on before like you could bring the masses to us. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll be back. Oh no, you guys should ask me again when I get popular so I can be like, no, fuck you guys.
And we'll be like, we knew you when you were tiny, and you pull this fucking shit. Yeah, exactly. I can see it.
You're like, you think you can just not come on? We have the uncensored audio. If you're talking about Taco Bell, dude, you have to come back on our podcast.
If there are two things that I hope to have manifested tonight, it's the hopeful existence of a Sonic Adventure collection on the Switch and the insane success of your channel.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Honestly, I'll just say this, because it's a little cringe when every YouTuber's like, I gotta be so humble, guys, and thank you. But like, what the fuck? Why? I thought by the end of the year, if I was insanely lucky, I could get up to 100,000 subs. But it just happened like instantly as soon as I came back. I was not expecting, I was expecting something like, hey, I was expecting to turn some heads like, hey, this fucking guy just shows up again after 3 years. What the hell? But like, people have been way more like chill and nice and forgiving and ready to welcome me back into the community with open arms, and it's been very nice and chill. It's been really, really great. You need to talk to guys like LS Mark and DaftPina and Salty DK Dan, who's just been like super chill and fun to, talk to.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Salty DK Dan, he's been on our show.
Yeah, he's a great dude.
Yeah.
He's put some funny shit out there. He's a funny guy.
Yeah,
he's a funny guy.
My favorite thing he's ever done, and this kind of goes under the radar, is he did a read of Burger King foot lettuce, but said with the proper inflection. It's so bizarre to listen to. Like, guys, just go check that out when you have a chance. I'll put it in the show notes or something.
Yeah,
Cool.
Thanks for having me on. I didn't have anything prepared. I was like, I'm just gonna be able to shoot the shit about Sonic and YouTube, and I really hope they don't ask me any questions about things that aren't related to Sonic or YouTube, because then they'll see how stupid I really am.
Oh yeah, man. Thanks for coming on,
I
dude.
thought this was great.
Yeah.
I thought this was all great. Even the tangents about Taco Bell and the homeless man that Lars was extremely racist towards. I think all of this was great. So thank you.
I thought it was a fun conversation, and I hope the listeners at home or on the bus or just in the gutter or wherever they're listening to this too, they're also like fist bumping, like, yeah, this was a good episode, man.
Just to get it on the record, Doplex thinks this person is black is racist. So, you know, that shows you his motivations.
I was really more concerned with how this is going to be accepted by the bear community. They have a really big community in the LGBT scene. So I just don't know. I think you might get canceled. If that happens, then I wasn't on this episode.
Ruh-roh.
And by canceled, he means mauled by a fucking bear.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how they cancel.
It's
all
fitting.
right. Well, Cybershell, obviously we had you open the podcast, so go ahead and end it.
But before we do that, let's go ahead and talk about the ways that people can consume our content. And and one of those ways is YouTube, which is our brand new channel because for some reason we were dumb and didn't put the show on YouTube for 2 years, and now it's finally there.
Until I came around.
Yep.
Until I stepped on the scene and said, hey, Lars. Fuck are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
That's how that happened.
Guys, it's a small channel for now. It doesn't really represent the fan base that we got, but we can get it up there, I think. And we can do that if you go ahead and subscribe today. Please subscribe, hit the like button, do all the stereotypical YouTuber stuff like smashing the bell.
Guys, you gotta remember to smash that fucking bell. Like, just destroy the bell. Like, you have to destroy the bell. The bell cannot exist by the time you're done clicking on it.
Absolutely cannot. You have to break the website.
Insert yourself into the bell. Yeah.
You guys, you gotta hack YouTube to make sure that every single one of these videos is in your notification and the notifications of all your friends. I mean, you're not a real fan otherwise.
It's true. Right. Okay. So also patreon.com/T1podcast if you want to get bonus episodes of the show, a funny roll on the Discord, a patron-only chat, early listening privileges, and more.
Oh, yeah.
I think we should go ahead and take things out. The metaphorical taking out of the trash that is closing the episode.
I thought you were talking about me. I thought I was the trash. I'm like, we gotta get this guy out.
Yeah. Someone in the chat says, don't forget that 99.9% of you that watch aren't subscribed. This obviously it's not that exact amount, but yeah, a lot of you guys haven't subscribed yet. Please go ahead and do so. It really helps the show.
Please.
And you can change your mind if you want.
Please.
Okay. Cybershell.
Just subscribe, you dinguses. Go on. It's not hard. You just gotta press one button.
All right, Cybershell, can you go ahead and take us out?
Thank you guys so much for listening to the first podcast, the only podcast on the internet. And if you aren't subscribed to it, we have your address. If you're listening to this right now, we know where you are. So there will be consequences for not subscribing.
Yeah, expect a bunch of bears to show up to your doorstep.
The race of the bears does not matter.
I am fully erect.
All right, good to know. Do you want to get started though, or
yeah?
But that's not your opening song. What the fuck?
Oh, I can give you an opening song. All you got to do is ask. Hey, everybody! Welcome to the first podcast. This is the opening song. I don't have any lyrics written down, so just imagine them. I like to eat ass. It tastes like
ad-friendly
Jell-O.
first few minutes. Amir, please.
Oh, right, sorry.